In this video, you are going to discover the blueprints to success. I'm going to tell you, at least from my perspective, how to become successful. So strap in, let's get into it. What is good, my beautiful friend? Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about something that loads of people want to achieve. We're going to be talking about success. Now, before we get into it and we talk about what is success, how can you become successful, how can you increase the chances of becoming successful, I guess I got to introduce myself and tell you why. Why should you even be listening to me in the first place? Well, if you don't know who I am, I know many of you will and many of you won't. If you don't know who I am, my name is Patrick Aryee. I am a multi-award-winning wildlife TV presenter, TEDx keynote speaker, biologist, technically, because that was my degree, science communicator, podcaster, and internationally published author of the book, 30 Animals That Made Us Smarter. Why am I talking about success? Well, I went from serving teas and coffees as a runner to being featuring in over 20 wildlife documentaries. Now, for anybody that's into wildlife documentaries, you know that it is virtually impossible to get that job. That's like, being able to do that is like, even so I can take myself out of my own body and look at myself and achievements of myself and other people who've been on TV. It takes a lot of dedication, persistence. You need to be able to have a vision of how to get there, and I'll definitely tap into that in later videos, or future videos, I should say. But I want to talk about success because so many people ask me, how did you do that? How did you become a wildlife TV presenter? And they see this vision of success which they want to achieve, and which typically comes in the form of like the fame and the fortune, being known. And whilst that is an interesting and one aspect of success, the part of success that I want to talk to you about today is slightly, well, I say slightly, I think is more transformative, and can hopefully frame success in a way that you, listening to this, can really grasp it and can help you change the way that you see success, hopefully have a shift in your mindset. So let's start with what is success. I think many of us think that success is money, fame, being well known. And I think those are elements of success. But what I want to start with today, or what I want to talk about today, and I think it's going to lead into some really interesting conversations in the future, is defining what success is. And my new definition of success came from the late rapper, artist, entrepreneur, visionary thinker, Nipsey Hussle. Now, Nipsey Hussle, like I said, he's passed away now, but he was an up-and-coming visionary artist, rapper, based out in the States, in LA. And I remember seeing a video of him, and he was actually quoting Rick Ross, who is also an artist, superstar, rapper, serial entrepreneur. And so Nipsey Hussle was quoting Rick Ross, and he said this about success. He said, "You measure your success by how many people you bless." I'm going to say that again. This is Nipsey Hussle quoting Rick Ross. He said, "You measure your success by how many people you bless." And the first time I heard it, I understood it differently to how I now am understanding or interpreting it. So how do I understand that to begin with? In my mind, and I'm sure in many of your minds, like that translated to, okay, I can measure my success by how many people I bless. Yeah, okay, cool, I get it. Basically, I have to become successful, get loads of money, and then make loads of donations, or be able to buy my mum, my dad, my brother and sister their houses, cars, help my friends out, help my colleagues, help my church community, help my other sporting communities, other communities that I'm part of. I have to do something, and then I can come and bless the community, right? That's how I understood it. That was my basic understanding of success, and in particular, this quote that Nipsey Hussle was saying, "You measure your success by how many people you bless." So I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, I get it, yeah, that's a good measure. But my understanding of it was compared to how I understand it now, was so rudimentary. So that's how I used to understand success. But how do I understand it now? What's the new blueprint that you can take away? And it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a high-flying Laura, whether you're a high-flying lawyer, or whether you're part of a waste management team, there's something that Each one of you listening to this, if you're a wildlife conservationist, you're a teacher, you're a plumber, you're a baker, content creator, whatever or whoever you are, this is how I understand success now. And I really hope that by sharing this with you, it can bless you and it can help you to change your mind or change your mindset so that you can feel that success is more tangible and basically more reachable than maybe you previously would have thought it to be. So in the past, like I said, I used to see it as we have to amount wealth and then we give it away, we distribute it like charity. But let's take another phrase or quote that many of you would have heard, and it's this: give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. So what does that mean? How are we going to put that into the idea of success? You measure your success by how many people you bless. Well, this is how I see it. I see it now that actually the way that we bless people isn't by giving them handouts. Nobody really wants a handout. Nobody really wants a handout. What people actually want is to be able to solve their own problems. They want to be able to solve their own problems. They want transformation. They want to feel empowered. By empowering people, that's how we bless people. And when we bless the people with the ability to do the things that they've been so wanting to do to help them with this transformation, that's when the divine kingdom wealth starts to flow down to us. That's when money flows down in abundance. That's when your blessings, your birthright, just it has no choice but to flow to you in avalanches of abundance. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get deeper. Patrick, you're cooking, boy. So how do we help other people, empower them, and cause them to have a transformation? This is how I see it. Now, it doesn't matter who you are. This is something which isn't taught in schools, bruv. It's not taught in schools, sis. This is the key, and I feel that, I wanted to get this out because I wish I knew this earlier, because it would have been able to help me be successful in a completely different way that isn't just my success, but helps more and more people. So this is the deal. I believe that the number one way to help people have a transformation, to empower other people, is to look at the lessons that you've learned and the lessons that you've earned, all the things that we want to forget, basically. All the stuff that you want to forget, all the stuff that I want to forget. Like, phew, I've done that, get that out of the way. There's someone, and when I say someone, there are someones, there are many people out there who want to be able to achieve something that you've done in your past. It could be a simple workflow that you have at work. It could be the way that you interact with your husband, with your wife, with your kids, with your parents. It could be something like a cool content creation strategy that you've come up with. There's information in our heads. This is what we call, I believe it's called tribal knowledge. I hope that as I'm saying all of this stuff, it's all coming together. Different concepts, but all coming together based on the fact that you, in your head right now, are $1 million, multi-million dollar, billion-dollar ideas because you are able to give something valuable to somebody else because you've experienced it and you know how to overcome it. The only thing is, just because we're humans and also how society conditions us, we don't realize that the fact is the thing that we've overcome is really powerful for someone else. And sometimes we do know that, but we've been, again, conditioned to think that if we give away our secrets, then we are effectively creating more competition. But that's not the truth. You're not, like, by giving away your secrets, you're not losing your edge. That is your edge. There's another phrase that I heard from Alex Hormozy. He said, give away the secrets, sell the implementation. Give away the secrets, sell the implementation. So what does that mean? What are you talking about, Patrick? You're talking about all these different concepts and ideas. Break it down for us. Okay. Well, I guess it's almost kind of what I'm doing right now, right? I'm sharing my perspective with you. I'm giving you the secrets that I wish I knew 5 years ago. If you give away the secrets of how you do something, yes, some people will know how to do it and they won't need you. You give them the strategy, you give them the what, you give them the what, which is a strategy, you give them the why, which is the story, and you give them the how, which is the step-by-step process. Some people, just by when you give them the how and the why and the timing, they will be able to go in and do it themselves. Even if you give them the process, they'll be able to do it themselves. Some people will now, and for another group of people, what will actually happen is that they now feel comfortable with the process. They have a belief in your process that they didn't have before, but they'll still want to come and find you to implement the process for them. In fact, some people who can do it themselves, they'll be like, yeah, I know, and I now believe in the process that you just shared with me. I understand it fully, but I don't want to do it. So they're still gonna come to you to hire you to help them achieve this process or achieve the transformation. Some of them can do it, they can get somebody else to do it, but they want you to do it. One, because they value the information that's in your head and they want to bring you on into their ecosystem to then help them with other aspects or other things. So I hope this is all making sense right now. You measure your success by how many people you bless. And we bless people by helping people make a transformation. And we help people with a transformation by empowering them to achieve the things that they always wanted to achieve. And many of those things are based on what you have gone through. This is something that I learned from renowned marketer, famous, you call him renowned? Yeah, world-renowned marketer, Russell Brunson. An amazing guy, amazing thinker. He talks about the fact that one of the best ways that we can be of help is to be a mentor, and is to mentor the version of ourselves that we used to be 5 years ago. So, when we think about that, all of a sudden it starts to become crystal clear that you listening to this, you've been through so many different things in so many different ways and aspects of your life that simply by you sharing what's in your mind, like I said, kind of like what I'm doing right now, this is something which I never really kind of thought would be valuable to people, but I've had people tell me over and over, man, I love the way you think. Like, where did you come up with that? So I now see it, as part of my mission or part of my calling to package what I know in my mind and share it with you in this way, in these kind of candid conversations. So hopefully you're enjoying what you're hearing right now. And if you are, hit that like button, smash that like button, sister, smash that like button, brother. Liking this video does wonders for the channel, and it helps to spread this message and this video to more people just like you. Okay, so let's start to wrap up. Let's start to get into the air traffic control. We're coming into land, right? So you measure your success by how many people you bless, and this is the blueprint. So ultimately, I think that success isn't about the money, the fame, the fortune. It's about how many people's lives can you transform? How can you take the lessons that you've earned through experience, or the mistakes you made, let's put it that way, your mistakes. There's money in the mistakes. There's millions in the mistakes that you made. And then the lessons that you've earned. So maybe you went to university, or you took a course, or you've taken time to just research and pick up other aspects of how to do something from other people. How can you take the lessons that you've earned and learned and package it in a way that it blesses other people? Ultimately, I think that really the true measure of success comes down to taking the tribal knowledge that you have in your head that's locked up in your mind and finding a way to package that in a way that's really accessible for other people. So that's in PDF documents, in ebooks, in mini guides, in videos like this one, in audio packages, package it in audio, video, whatever format is easiest for you and most natural. Find a way to share what's on your mind. And that's how you are going to bless the people. So really, I think as we land the plane, I think the ultimate way to success, the blueprint to success, how you can be successful is finding a way to bless other people with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's in your head. And the way that we do that is by packaging it into easy to consume information that really helps other people. We give them the what, we give them the why, and then we also give them the how. But the main important things are the what and the why. And so this is really what I'm saying is, and I wish that somebody had told me at a much earlier stage of my career and life, is that the key to success is mentorship. The key to success, the success that you're looking for comes down to mentorship. It's not about being the fame and fortune like out there. It's not about the shiny lights and the cameras. And I'm saying this as someone I've been on red carpets. I've been to award shows. I've won awards. I've got books. But this is the real juice, the real sauce, sis, the real sauce, bro, is teaching other people. And so the takeaway from this video really is to start thinking about what are the things that you've been through? What are the lessons that you've been through, the mistakes, the lessons earned and learned and earned? What are the things where to you it just seems obvious, but to someone else, to the version of yourself that you used to be 5 years ago, you would absolutely love someone to really, with a kind heart, not a judging heart. We're not going to teach people to go, oh, don't you know that? Come on, man, don't be silly, don't be stupid. No. We come with a heart of empathy, with a caring heart, with a kind heart, and then we teach from that place. We teach from that place. We teach as if we're teaching our own child. We teach as if we're teaching a child. Even if you see a grown man, grown woman, when you're teaching them the what, the why, and the how, we have to remember that we're speaking to a child. We're speaking to a child of God. So teaching with a kind heart, with kindness, compassion, and empathy, and becoming a mentor is the way forward to ultimate success. That is your ultimate blueprint to success, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that this video has really blessed you. I guess the question is, okay, cool, great, Patrick. You told us about the fact that mentorship is the way to success, that we should give away the secrets and sell the implementation, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. You've given us all these like quotes. Okay, great, cool. We get it on a conceptual level, but how do we actually go ahead now and start to mentor people? What does that look like? How can we become the mentors that we always needed or that we always wanted to have? And so that is going to be the subject of one of our next videos. I hope that this video has blessed you. That's how I'm measuring my success, on how much it's blessed you. Head down into the comments and share your perspective as well. What's your perspective on success? What other quotes or insights or ways of thinking that you've come across, books, videos, podcasts? Head down into the comments and share your thoughts. And if you've got this far in the video, then you may want to consider, I'm not going to tell you to, I'm just going to say, you may want to consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're looking for more great content, then you might want to tap on this video right here. And I'll see you on the next one. Much love, people. Peace.